This is the strongest wilderness survival I've ever seen. Bull Girl found a porcupine thorn, shaped the spines into a harpoon. Finally, the grilled fish meal was realized in the desert area. In the last video, Bill and Carter left the highlands. They went all the way north into Arabia. 1.25 million years ago, this was green and fertile land. As plants and water dwindled, it became a desert wasteland. And the two hippies have been replaced with panties. Carter can live in his underpants. My eyes are so hot with Bill in shorts. 75,000 years ago, Homo sapiens was much like modern humans. They were already very good at hunting. Two high men walking in the desert. They are now desperate to find water. 75,000 years ago, seasonal monsoons bring rainfall in. As the climate continues to change, the monsoon moves closer to the coast, causing rivers to dry up. Bill and Carter will also follow the early human segment, cross the unforgiving desert using only primitive weapons. Opening day. Hi Bill and hot Carter. They walked in the desolate desert. This episode of Desert Survival, it's a test of their survival skills. Walking in the desert is especially bad for your eyes. Sand reflects light in the sun. They don't know this desert. Carter suggested getting up high and looking around. When they climbed up the dunes, there was a bush in front of me. There may be a chance of finding water there. The costumes of the two high men were designed. The shoes are wrapped in cloth. When they came behind the bush, there's no shade here, except for a few sparse plants. There's basically nothing here. Good thing they brought water with. They use animal stomach bags. There's a couple of gulps of water. They were packing water bags. Bill spotted his prey passing by. Carter quickly overpowered him, even though it's a little lizard, but it's the only protein they can get. This is probably what they're having for dinner tonight. Bill cleans the lizard's guts with rocks. This can be air-dried and stored. They tied the lizard to a spear. After the early humans came to the desert, when you can't hunt big game, they catch little lizards to snack on. Food in the desert is very limited. Carter's going to find some scorpions to eat, but Carter hates bugs more. The worms we found can be given to Bill. The two men kept searching through the cracks in the stones. Scorpion is a good protein, but the rewards come with high risks. Anyone who's been killing people in the desert knows that. The desert has very limited resources. Scorpions are a rare delicacy in the desert. They search for a long time without finding it. It gets cooler in the evening. Soon they found a scorpion. It's hiding between the rocks. They're talking about how to catch this scorpion. It looks like it's a given. Scorpions move faster. Carter teases scorpions with bamboo. When the scorpion got out, Bill holds it down again. All you have to do is cut off the scorpion's tail. A whole scorpion is meat. It's very delicious when roasted. Caught a scorpion and a lizard today. One for each dinner and you're set. The desert becomes cool after the sun goes down. The little animals are beginning to come out for food. Soon they caught another lizard. Lizards have a lot of eggs in their bellies. They don't even know what it is. Farm kids know these are lizard eggs. They collect the eggs as well. The wind blew in the desert at night. They continued on their way. At night, so they spent the night by the rock. Scorpions and lizards for dinner today. And some lizard balls. Just bake it and you can eat it. These little jerky are like snacks. Early humans faced a harsh environment, or choose to adapt, or choose to migrate, or die. The thick, scaly skin of lizards is disgusting to eat. Carter doesn't like it anyway. Bill suggested eating more before leaving. After the jerky, you eat the balls. It smells very fishy. Carter spit it out right after he bit it. Tonight they will hide under a rock and rest. Time of the next day. Didn't sleep well last night. Bill always hits a wall when he sleeps. The brightness of the desert during the day is very high. You can't open your eyes properly. The wind carries a great deal of fine sand. Bill's biggest problem right now is being blind. I can't keep my eyes open on the road. Carter took a piece of charcoal, grind the charcoal into ash. The native Bedouin tribe has been using carbon ash on the base of their eyes. This will reduce the glare of the sun. Bill applied carbon ash like Carter did. Today they continue their search for water. The water they had brought had run out. If we don't drink water today, we're gonna crack. They found small wild bones on the ground. This is supposed to be a camel skeleton. The two continue on their way. There are cracks in the ground. The huge riverbed is long since dried up. It's impossible for them to find water here. Now their most urgent need is to find water, or else their fate will be the same as that camel's. There's a lot of rubble here. The road is also very difficult. They went up to see what was going on. The mountain is poor and the water is doubtful. The willow is bright and the desert is still his mother. Carter had an instant death wish. There were no plants to be seen for hundreds of miles. They don't know how to get through this for a while, do they? Do not want to die, can only move on. Careful Bill found a lot of rubble on the ground. These pieces of rubble are different from natural fractures. Bill guessed that it was an archaeological site. Early humans would have made stone tools here. These stones are created by striking. Flint-like rock is the only stone that can be used for processing. After the discovery of this stone in the early Homo sapiens, they mass-produced sharp tips, often leaves a large number of archaeological sites. These stones are very useful to Carter and Bill. They can be used to make more spear hunts. This stone tip is of great historical interest, so Bill can't take it. He decided to make his own copy. Sand a stone into a triangular shape. Soon he struck a perfect stone. After the demonstration, they set off in search of water. The temperature here is very high. They see little sign of life here. Carter found a strange stone on the ground. She called for Bill to observe. There was a mouse inside. This must not go unpunished. They go straight to the ground and catch mice. Isn't the floor hot? The mice didn't survive a second after they escaped. A little mouse has less meat than a lizard. They built a pile of torches and cooked the mice. The rats were completely charred. Bill crushed the mouse with a stone. Then they began to eat the mouse charcoal meat. Even a rat with burnt hair could eat it. Oh, how hungry these two high men are. A little mouse eating is the same as not eating. Not a lot of rat meat, though. But Bill doesn't waste any of it. After a hearty meal, they continued their journey. They've been here a long time, but no water was ever found. It's even weirder. They accidentally came to the edge of the plateau. Maybe this is the fault layer, blocking the monsoon rains. They decided to go down in search of water. The drop here is very high. It's not that easy to get down there. They feel cool standing here. Hope is at your feet. Jumping is the quickest way, and the quickest way to death. They're going to climb down slowly along the rocks. Just got down 10 meters. They heard the birds. There are also some plants growing here. They continued down the hill. This cave is very habitable. Carter also found ancient stalactites here, which means that water used to flow here. It could have been crustal movement that lifted this area up. It cuts off the monsoon and causes the desert to form. Both of them were completely out of water. Time came to the third day. They continued down the hill in the morning, gradually began to see green plants. When they came down the hill, I finally saw a river. It's actually very close to the desert. There's just a height difference. Bill climbed down the tree roots. It's a little high. The climb is actually very easy. Bill went down and made sure it was safe. Page Carter down again. This is about 3 stories high. As long as your feet don't slip, you rarely die. Soon Carter was safely down. In front of me was a clear river, although it is fluid, but they still chose to boil the water and drink it. They're going to use stones to boil water. Carter also found figs nearby. It's good for the fish. Bill found a cave. Here he intends to make a fire and boil water. Bill used a bird's nest as raw tinder. Some dried camel droppings are also added. Bill is going to try to make a fire by drilling wood. Drilling wood is the most tiring way to start a fire. You can see how tired he is when he's sweating. Carter's here to make something to catch fish. When she was looking for resources, I found porcupine spines here. She just collected a few. Carter processed the porcupine spines into a harpoon. These barbs can hook the fish. I gotta say, Carter's got a lot of hands. After making the harpoon, Carter went to the stream to catch some fish. In fact, humans began using harpoons 70,000 years ago. Early civilizations depended on fishing for a living. They're using barb harpoons. The harpoon is sharp, but the fish in the stream are too small. It's a little hard to stick them in. Bill's been trying to make a fire. His arms were exhausted. I'm afraid he'll burn himself to death with a fire. Carter's already soaking in the creek, although the fish was not caught. But the bath is really nice. Carter keeps trying to spear fish. It never worked out. The same is true with Bill. It's like their fates are linked. It is a drought, a flood. It's tough on both sides, but their spirit of not giving up is really worth learning from. The same was true of early humans. To make a fire, even if it is hard and tired, you must persevere. After a bout of brute force, finally got some embers. Eventually Bill built a fire from these embers. You have fire, you have everything. Next he's going to put the stone in the fire to make it red. And the others have finally caught a small fish. There are many small fish in the stream, but it's hard to catch. Bill poured the water into the shithole, then put the red-hot stone into the water. Bill tried boiling water in this way, although it is a puddle of muddy water. But at least the water is free of germs. Carter, get the rocks on this side. She's going to put little fish in it. Then we can shoot fish in a barrel. This method is good enough. Soon she caught many fish. Tonight's dinner is grilled fish. The fish dinner tonight was the best they had had in days. Bill and Carter, through their own efforts, I've managed to survive in this wasteland. Time came to the 4th day. They resumed their journey in the morning. Go down the river, trying to get to the ocean. Early humans also migrated to get more resources. This is conducive to the development of human civilization. After a long walk, they finally came to the sea. This is the destination they were looking for. So how do they cross the ocean next? Look forward to an update in the next video.